day everyone, and welcome to OBIM's mathematics tutorial. My name is Oluwadara Adimbola and I will be taking you through the tutorial on circle geometry today. Before we continue, I want to encourage us to like this video and also subscribe to our channel if you have not done that, so that you can always receive updates on materials. Now, the last class we talked about theorem 1, and that is angles in the same segment. Now today we'll be talking about another theorem, and this theorem says that angle subtended by an arc at the center is twice that which subtended at the circumference. In short form, you can just say angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. Now look at the circle that we have on the screen. We have on the part of the circumference we have D and B, and we have an angle that is coming from D and B to the center. This is the center of the circle. So this angle 2x is formed drawing it from D and B to the center. Now we have another angle here. This angle x is formed from D and B as well, but instead of running to the center, it comes to the circumference. Now this angle and this angle are related, and that is what this theorem is talking about. Angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. The relationship between them is that this angle that we have at the center, to get it, you multiply the angle at the circumference by what? By 2. Now let me give another illustration, another better illustration here. Let's say you have a circle, let's say you have a center. Most of the time we always represent the center of the circle by saying O. Now let me pick an angle from just any part of the circumference. Now this is an angle that is formed here. Now let me run from that same place. Note, it must be coming from the same place, but instead of coming to the circle, to the center, it comes to the circumference. Now this angle, we have an angle at the center here. Let's say this angle is 160 degree. The angle at the circumference here, theta will just be what? Now remember we said angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference, so that means 160. Let me put it this way, I think it's better this way. You say that what's angle at the center? 160 is what? 2 times the angle at the circumference equals to 2 theta. So therefore, if you want to find theta, theta will be what? 160 over 2, which is what? 80 degree. That's just what this theorem is saying. Angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. But let us look at it more deeply. They can draw it in many forms. They can give us in any form, so that we don't get confused along the way. So let's look at another example. Let's say this is a circle. Let's say this is the center hole. Now I can decide to give you something like this, like this. Now you can have something like this and like this. You can be given the value of this angle here. Let's say this angle is 65 degree, and you have to find the value of this angle. Now this is the center. This place is the center. It's coming from the same place to the center, and this angle also from the same place but to the circumference. So we know that this angle here and this angle are what? Are related. And what's it? Let me call this angle alpha. Angle alpha, we say angle alpha, which is angle at the center, is what? 2 times angle at the what? Circumference. So angle alpha is what? 2 times 65, 130 degree. So that is that. Now let's look at another way by which they can twist this theorem. Now let's look at this. I can give you an angle, sorry, a circle. This is the center. Now what if you are given something like this? You have something like this. Now remember the first example that I gave, the line was coming from here to here to this part. But no, what if you have something like this? Now we still have an angle at the center. This is also coming to the circumference. Look at it, this angle that we have here. if you have to find, let's say this is beta. Now this angle at the circumference and this angle, they are not related. Oh, please listen to what I'm saying. They are not related like the first one. This angle beta is only related to the reflex angle here. Are you with me? So the angle at the center here, this angle here, this angle at the center here, this reflex angle, and this beta are related. But what of in the case I have something like this? Now the one that we have here, this angle here, this angle here that we have at the top here, and the one here are the ones that are related. I hope you get the difference now. So if this is 60 degree, this will be what, 120 degree. And if this is 120 degree, what will be the value of this angle? That will be 360 minus 120. Some of them go at a point, so this place will be 360 minus 120. This place will be 240 degree. And if this 240 degree, what will be this place? That will be 240 divided by 2. So this angle 2 will be what, 120 degree. So I believe we understand that. Now let me give another illustration. Let me give another illustration that will make us understand this theorem very well. Now let's say you have an angle here, so the circle here. Let's assume you have something like this, and you are asked and you are given let's assume this place is, you are given this place to be 100 degrees, and you have to calculate beta. How do we go about this? Now it's very simple. Remember, if only if this place is called the center. Let's say this is the center of the circle. Okay, so to calculate the value of beta, we need to identify angle at the center and angle at the circumference. Where is angle at the center here? This is the center. Now this 100 degree is not directly related to this beta. No, the angle at the center that is related to beta is not this 100. Is this reflex? Is it reflex angle here? So therefore, to calculate beta, we must first of all calculate the value of this reflex angle. And how do we do that? This reflex angle, let me call it theta. I can say theta equals to 360. That's angle at a point minus 100 degree, and that will be what, 260 degree. So this place is what, 260. So if it is 260, then I can now calculate beta. Remember, angle at the center 260 degrees. The angle at the center, we said according to this theorem, is what, 2 times, what's the angle at the circumference for it? 2 times beta. So angle at the center is 2 times angle at the circumference. So we can say 260 equals to 2 beta. So therefore beta is what, 260 divided by 2, which is 130 degree. So I believe you understand the concept now. Before we round up the tutorial, let me give us another example. Now suppose you have circle like this. Let's say this is the center. So we are given then you have something like this. Let's say we are given this place to be 35 degree. We have to calculate the value of, let's say this place theta, and we have to calculate theta. How do we go about it? Now this is very simple. Let me label it. Let's say this is A, B, C. Let me call this place D. Then the center, let me call it O, center O. Now to solve this, we are looking for theta. Now we see that this angle here angle here, let me call it angle AOB. This angle AOB at the center is twice angle at the circumference from this theorem. That will be 2 times 35, which is what, 70 degree. Remember to always state the theorem. Angles, this symbol means angles at the center is twice angles at the circumference. So that's the reason for that theorem. So we already know the angle AOB, this angle here, this angle AOB is what, 70 degree. Then we can proceed. Remember, this theta is related to this reflex angle here. Let me show it with an arc. This theta that we have here is related to this reflex angle here. So therefore we need to calculate this reflex angle. So how do we calculate that? We already know this angle here to be what? To be 70 degree. Let's have it to be 70 degree by our calculations. So the reflex angle there will be what? 360 minus 70, and that will be 290 degrees. So if this is 290 degree, then we can calculate the value of theta to be this theta here. That will be 290 divided by 2, and that's going to be 145 degree. So this theorem is a very simple theorem. If we just take time to master the theorem and identify how to know the angle at the center and angle at the circumference, you will find it very comfortable. So we can only get better by practicing as many examples as possible. In the series of videos to come, we take as many examples as possible. This is just for us to get ourselves familiarized with the theorem. Thank you for listening. See you in the next tutorial.